Hello, this is Tan from IBM Security Guardium Technical Support Team. In this video, we will discuss installing and configuring Guardium appliances. This is the part 2 of the training. In part 1 of the training, I have covered all points up to the demo part 1. Next, we will continue with demo part 2. Let's get started. Previously, we have installed the aggregator, and as of now, we have 3 appliances. Now let's connect to the GUI to verify the status. So from the URL, you can see I'm connecting to the central manager. So first login using the admin user. The default password is Guardium, all lowercase. Upon first login, you must change your password. So change the password as per the guidelines. Okay. You can see at the upper right corner, machine type is standalone aggregator, no license. Now let's switch to the aggregator, AGG. Similarly, I need to change the password of the admin user. Okay. You see the machine type is also standalone aggregator without any license. Finally, the collector. After changing the password, we're logged in now. It shows standalone. It is a standalone collector. So all the 3 appliances, they don't have any license yet. So in order to have a working appliance, the first step is to install the license, right? Because we're going to build a CMMU environment, so I need to install the license from the central manager. Remember, first we need to install the base license. So I just get the base license and paste into the license key field and click Apply. You must read through the license information and accept it. Once you accept it, you see the warning is changed. No append license. So next, I need to append at least one append license. Okay. Accept. So I just pasted a DEM advanced license, database activity monitoring. But the machine type is still aggregator, standalone aggregator, because there is one additional step needed. In order to change an aggregator into a central manager, then after applying the license, I need to run a CLI command. First, double confirm the current unit type, standalone aggregator. Next, run store unit type manager. This is the command to convert an aggregator to a manager. This command is going to take several minutes to complete, so I just used a fast forwarding. You just need to wait patiently. So the one last step is to restart the GUI. Okay, let's go back to the GUI. I need to reload the GUI page of the central manager. Log in the admin user. Pay attention to the upper right corner, the machine type. It's showing central manager aggregator now. So this one is successfully converted to a central manager. Then if I type the central management, it will bring me the central management page, which is the main page for central manager. But there is no managed unit, right? Then next I need to register the units to this central manager. But before I can register any unit, an important step is to store the shared secret. I must use the same shared secret on the CM and all its intended managed units. I will use a simple shared secret Guardium. I just set it on the central manager. Next, I will connect to the aggregator. Okay, I also opened another SSH connection to the collector. I just work in parallel. Okay, the aggregator is connected. Unit type standalone aggregator, and I run store system shared secret Guardium. Okay, I will do the same on the collector. Standalone net inspect step and store the same shared secret Guardium. And as of now, the CM and the two intended managed units they have the same shared secret now. Now let's go back to the central manager's GUI. If I need to register a new unit, then I can use the register new from CM's central management page. And then it will bring you the unit registration. I will use this page to register collector. So I need to input the collector's IP. The port needs to be 8443. And click Save. You can see it says registration succeeded. Okay, now let's go back to the central management page. You can see the collector entry is created. A second method to do the unit registration is to register from the unit GUI. You can go to registration and load balance page. And from there, you need to input the host IP, which is the central manager's IP. And the port is 8443. Then click register. Then after waiting for several seconds, then the registration will be completed. By the way, there is another third method to do the unit registration, which is from the MU's CLI. You can use the register management command to do the unit registration. In this demo, I will only show the two methods from CM's GUI or from the MU's GUI. I didn't do the demo from the MU's CLI. Now let's refresh the central management page. You can see the aggregator has been registered as well using the aggregator's GUI page. But the status is showing red. You don't need to worry about it because the registration itself takes several minutes to complete, up to 10 minutes. So you can see the last ping timestamp is 2225. We will just need to wait a few more minutes. You can see the current timestamp on the central manager is 2227. Let's wait a few more minutes and then refresh the page. Okay, now it's 2231. After refreshing the central management page, you can see both entries are showing green and the last ping is showing 2230. Okay, so the unit registration completed. Let's now log into the GUI of the units and verify the machine type. So I'm currently logging into the aggregator's GUI. You can see the machine type. It is a managed aggregator managed by the central manager. Similarly, let me log into the collector's GUI. Oh, just a reminder, after you register the unit, then the unit's GUI user will share the same password as the CM's. So if you log into the collector using admin, you need to use the password that you used in the central manager. So as of now, all the two units are registered. You can start exploring the central management functions. I just randomly opened the predefined report called the system resources, I can see the CM and its managed units are showing the correct information now. Okay. Remember that as part of the demo steps, I mentioned that I will also demo to create a new GUI user because this is a very common admin task. To create a GUI user, you need to use the Access Manager GUI user. Access Manager needs to be used if you want to create a new GUI user. This is the first login page. You will find many CLI users. I just want to clarify a little bit. The CLI users are here. It is a new function to enable the Access Manager to edit the CLI user's password, but you cannot create an additional CLI user. So using the Access Manager, you can create only the GUI user. So I just add a new user with my own name and the password. Set the correct first name and the last name. Uncheck the disable the checkbox and click add user. You can see the Can1 user is added. Remember to edit the roles as needed. By default, every GUI user is created with the user role. If you want additional, for example, admin role, you need to check that role. Okay, let me sign out and use the new GUI user to log in, the Can1 user. Similarly, you must change the password upon first login. Okay. I'm now logged in with the new Can1 user. You can see the full name and the roles of the current GUI user. Because it has the admin role, so I can access the central management page here. So this is how you can quickly create a new GUI user to access your appliance. The one last task is to connect to the central manager by using one of the Guard CLI users, Guard CLI 1. We know that by using the CLI user, we can connect to the CLI. Besides of the CLI user, there are additional 9 Guard CLI users from Guard CLI 1 to Guard CLI 9 that you can connect to the CLI console. You cannot create additional CLI users, only the 10 CLI users are allowed. You need to change the password upon first login. Okay, now it's connected. But it gives me this warning, set GUI user command must be run before any other commands will work. So this is a must, and this is a difference between the CLI user and the Guard CLI user. For Guard CLI user, you must run the set GUI user. I have the admin password, so I just run the set GUI user admin. Okay. So if I type commands, then it will list all the CLI commands that the Guard CLI user can run. I just quickly run the show unit type. It's a manager aggregator, and show license. Yes, so it shows all the license applied, and you can see from the bottom, the license product type is DEM advanced. So this is the end of the second half of the demo. So as of now, we have demoed to create a version 12.1 aggregator virtual appliance, and then we applied the license on the central manager and designated the central manager as a manager type. And then we registered the collector and the aggregator to the central manager. And lastly, we created a new GUI user and we accessed the central manager using one of the Guard CLI user. Okay, the full Guardium installation steps are on the Knowledge Center. What I have here are just my own personal takeaways. First, if you want to install a Guardian appliance, you must decide early. Is the installation for a non-central manager collector or it is for an aggregator CM? Because you only have 10 seconds to decide which one you want to install. Otherwise, you have to restart from scratch. I mean, you need to boot the ISO again. And second, how to verify if installation and initial configuration are done. I specifically highlighted this. It is because usually we don't have many issues related to installation because it is straightforward and simple. You just need to wait. But occasionally we got some cases from customer, and through investigation, it is found that a customer's appliance run into issue. It is because the installation is not fully completed yet. For example, it is in the stage to configure MySQL, but the customer started to configure the network and other configuration. That actually broke the installation. That is why I shared my experience how to determine the status of the installation when it is ready to be configured. So for example, it is only when you see the login prompt is showing the hostname as guard and you see the system is now operational in CLI regular mode, not in the starting mode, then it is an indication that the installation is completed and then you can start the configuration. Okay. Third, about the unit type. This is for referencing purpose. I listed what unit type you will get after initial installation of collector and aggregator. They are standalone by default. You don't need to change it. The only exception is the central manager. If you need a central manager, then you must apply the license first, then specify the unit type as manager. Fourth, about the role of the shared secret. I just want to clarify, it is not just in CMMU communication, it is also used in aggregation. The shared secret is used to sign, encrypt, or decrypt data exports and archives. Therefore, even you are using standalone appliance, you also need to set the shared secret properly. Lastly, about the network ports, I only covered the essential ones that let you access the appliance. Once you start integrating more features into your appliance, like the DB traffic capturing, time server LDAP integration, etc., they require additional ports to be open. Therefore, please check the full Guardian port requirements in the Knowledge Center. Then contact your network team to open them accordingly. Okay. The appendix. I want to clarify that the training that I covered today is to install Guardian appliances in on-premises environment. If you want to deploy Guardian in the cloud, then please refer to the tech note, deploying Guardian in the cloud. Deploying Guardian in the cloud environment is different than deploying in the on-premises. There is no such single ISO image. So please refer to the corresponding deployment guide for your cloud environment to get the detailed installation steps. Okay, that's the end of the training. I want to highlight that installation and configuration are the most common Guardium admin tasks. I hope after this training, if you get similar installation tasks in the future, you feel comfortable to handle them smoothly. Thank you very much.